Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm back with House of the Dead. Actually, no, this is Eureka.
It isn't so.
It's Eureka Rithos. I have restarted back to 1 so many times. I'm on floor 9, though. Finally. Again. So many boots. You know what? They can give me a lethargy, I can give them lethargy. Deal with it. Ah.
Hey, Doodles. Hi, Urka.
Hello! Sorry I'm being quiet. This is, quite the pull here.
You're on 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks at least as scary as all those behemoths.
Lethargy helps. No. They dropped a chest. Storms. Oh, that would have been lovely.
Trying to remember what Storms does.
Takes everyone down to 1 hit point.
Okay.
Except for the person who cast it.
And hopefully any of his friends.
Yeah, I can't see my character either, so... back to this stuff. Need to remember, I need to get more pots. I started the day with over 100. I'm down to 29.
The sustaining potions or whatever the...
Orthos potions.
Yeah.
I mean, the previous run I was on that I failed, I didn't even get to 10. Because on level 8, they had a dread beast sitting on top of the exit, and I didn't have any palms to deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, and he hit like Truck-Coon.
I bet he did.
I tried just fighting him straight. It was not happening. But there was nothing else I could do, so... There was nothing I could do, Governor! But yeah, I've been... actually kind of
Really
frustrated. Because I haven't been able to get back to 51. I got to 51 once, and I was stupid and forgot that snails made you internally explode.
Yeah.
And that was my own stupid. I should have known better. Yeah. Well, here's something we can kind of talk about, because this guy's kind of on road. I can totally beat him, he just takes time.
Right.
Is one of the things I've been kind of frustrated with is not necessarily the game itself, but the community surrounding the game. Particularly, you've got a lot of hardcore people who do not understand if it's easy for them, it must be easy for everyone.
Yeah. Kind of gone into that a little bit.
Except that these people think they're casual, and they're not. Because they're playing at a level a lot of other people can't.
Certainly not me.
It's kind of up there with the whole thing of, if you do art, you must do it as a side hustle. You can't just enjoy making art. And you can't enjoy being bad at art. You must be trying to improve yourself and get better, because of course it's a side hustle, not something you do as a hobby. I mistimed that so bad.
Too bad.
Well, I got off at least all my fell cleaves.
Oh, cleave is good.
I timed it so that I
I
mistimed it to the point where I'd miss a fell cleave or two.
Yeah.
So So it's been kind of frustrating that a lot, no one in particular, but mostly the algorithm, keeps trying to force these, oh, you must hate this game because on me, and then I get frustrated trying to do things like this, which actually challenge.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be easy, and I totally accept that. But I've been doing this for years, and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere for it, and my skill is kind of capped.
Well, you certainly have been getting closer on Heaven on High.
Yeah, but is that because of my skill, or is that because they've actually made it slightly easier?
Well, I don't...
To get higher.
I don't... Yeah. I do not think they have made it easier. I do think that despite all of their things, that level switching and so on and so forth and so on and so forth doesn't 100% do things. So, you know, as you level up, despite everything else, despite the fact that it shouldn't, it does give you an easier time at hunting. Because you can see that across the board.
This guy does. He just doesn't know it.
I will say that Eureka Response is particularly nasty.
Okay. But yeah, I'm having problems even getting to Tiamat. Mostly because in order to make time, I'm having to pull larger than I would like.
Yeah.
And if I make just one little mistake, I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay, what am I down to?
Okay, where are you?
Gridania. Doing a little bit of crafting, daily turn-in for carpentry.
Heading your way.
Yes. Oh. I did not need to do it this way.
I guess it comes down to, a lot of people say I'm actually pretty good at the game. I think I'm slightly above average. And yet, I keep having stuff shoved in my face telling me that if I can't hit this certain skill level, which is higher than I currently at, I should not be playing the game. And
well, first of all,
it's coming from the community,
BS.
not the game itself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no. I wouldn't even say it's coming from the community. It's coming from the vocal minority of people who speak up and shout, which is always the top people and never the average people. Do remember that. Whenever you are seeing people, you know, shouting from the rooftops, they are always the nutbars and never the average.
I see we have a sleepover in Mordona. Yep, well, we did mail stuff just yesterday. Lots of it. Replying to Orca.
Okay, now final assembly.
Unfortunately, the people shouting from the rooftops, there's a reason why they're called influencers.
Okay.
They influence people.
Okay. The majority of people playing the game will probably never even see any of them, like me. Of course, the majority of people playing the game will probably never do more than, poke at the various deep dungeons.
Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't just deep dungeons. It's EXs.
That's an example. And yeah, and certainly won't get into that. The vast bulk of the majority of the people will probably not do much more than MSQ and, like holiday stuff and such.
And the sad part is those people are literally getting discounted as not actually part of the community or part of the game.
People that you were seeing online, probably not by SE, because A, the game would not still look like this if they weren't, and B, they will have the statistics to see what everybody is doing, and they will know, not everybody is doing that, not even close. Time to go get a half level of carpentry.
I'm in Gridania. Where are you?
Just entering New Gridania on my way to the...
there you are.
And then I will go back to Old Gridania to get at a bell. To sell off the spare stuff in my inventory.
By the way, do you have this?
Give me a minute. Not quite 86. Okay. Search. Yes, I do have one in the glamour dresser.
Darn.
Yeah. Purple is getting a little more outre, so there was a good chance I wouldn't have it, but I have a pretty good collection of those. Find more outfits to use them with. The good news is SE
Thank you, Doodles.
already knows ahead of time the lesson that Task Force Games learned too late. Because Starfleet battles went through about a decade of just constant rules changes that were all asked for and celebrated and everything by all the responses they were getting. But they realized a bit late that all of that was coming from, the top 5 to 10% of the players, and they were alienating the other 90%. Now, so where are you now?
I thought you went to Old Gridania, so that's where I went, so I'm coming back to New Gridania.
I ended up going to the inn instead, I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
As you should be.
And trying not to be depressed. It's like, why should I be depressed in the game when we've got so many other things to be depressed about in the world at the moment? So, yeah. First world problems. Literally.
Something like that. Must have gone through the other entry.
Yeah.
I was waiting by the one I figured you were more likely to go through. Okay. So we got our equipment for the week.
Mm-hmm.
I am not of level for the next studium quest, so I think it's going to be custom deliveries.
Okay, what do you got for deliveries?
Kaishir and Adkara. Relatively low level ones.
Check the second page.
I only see. Oh, no. Zoe. Okay. Nothing. So just
Okay.
those two.
Because I've got 4.
What?
Charlemagne, Charlemagne, Kaishir, Adkarog, and Chloe.
I
Zoe.
thought you meant 4 pages. Or 4 extras on the second page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually it's 2 or 3.
Well, Kaishir
Not
will
sure
give
I've
you the
ever
most
seen 4.
XP if we want to start there.
Yep. Kaishir and then Adkara. And that'll take care of our weekly. And we'll certainly get one of these to 87. Possibly both to 87 if I do it that way. I don't think I'll get them to 88, which is the current goal.
We're gonna go to Crystarium and take the airship over.
Okay. You still have that favorited?
This one, no. This is set for return.
Ah. Which, yeah, wouldn't help me at all.
Yeah, I'm still homed in Crystarium, which is the other world, which is still easier to get to Gridania than anywhere else.
Hey, I'm still homed in South Shroud. I've still yet to reset my return from there. It will be very interesting for the buns to finally get to this. Another, 3 years.
They'll get there eventually.
We will. I mean, we are practically on top of Stormblood now.
And go to Yomar.
Yeah.
The other one that
the
really
stop
grumps
off and
me
beach.
is a lot of people saying that the stuff and the dungeons are too easy. And I'm like, if it's so easy, why am I seeing people skill out of the game?
Yeah. Like I said, anybody who's yelling is going to be the people where, they don't have other lives. What do you want?
Beehive souvenirs.
Beehive souvenirs. And that's over across the way.
And I'm not being facetious or, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say it's hyperbolic, but I know that's wrong.
Great, now you got me unable to think of the word.
But I'm not making it up that I've seen people actually skill out of the game, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
I know
Well, I've come close.
Yeah. And part of it is that the game has gotten a lot more actiony and twitchy as it's gone on. People say it's got simpler, but it's gotten more
Well, some aspects have gotten simpler, but at the same time, yeah, the combat has gone very much reaction based, or far more reaction based. And, simpler, more complicated, and action based are two different metrics.
He's not here at the moment. He, at least where we are in the storyline, he is actually in...
Yes.
Hanging out with the students of Baldessian.
Yes, young Crystal Grandpa.
I still refer to him as Crystal Grandpa.
Yeah, but what we have currently is more kind of young Crystal Grandpa.
Yeah. Every now and then,
and it isn't.
Every now and then, old Crystal Grandpa rears his head, and it's like completely out of nowhere.
Yep.
Are we slightly schizophrenic now? Souls within souls.
Now, it's all the original soul aether and physical aether, but two sets of memories, which is, we found out, is a third component.
Yep. Gotta love those space-time wedgies.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's go. So, I'll bet you anything I'm about to need to go back and buy stuff with script. I didn't need to like the last couple of times. I'm due. Oh. 3,200. I can certainly hand over a couple of things. Something finally sold on auction. Yep, there it goes. Got through 2 and hit the... You're about to overflow.
I'll wait to turn in my last one.
Okay. Good news is, yes, I am going to hit Alchemy 87. Probably with a third one, and I'll probably go switch to Culinarian to start bringing it up to 87. Script exchange.
Yeah, we've only got about a week now for patch 7.2. Congrats. So when you're ready to turn in your last one.
Yeah. Turning in number 5. Yeah, I'm gonna level. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. Turning in number 6. right. Level up.
I knew I was right to ask for your help. You've really gotten an eye for quality and the skill to match. Still, I expect we'll both be kept busy in the days to come. He looks so much better at that. I reglammed him. He looks better. Or at least more befitting in the beehive.
Yes. Yeah, I remember you switching him to that outfit. That is a good outfit for him. Or at least for the beehive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Adkrog would be the next one.
Adkrog is in the Highlands.
Yes.
Okay, Lyra Bird. I don't care what you think of me. You're going to give me a ticket on the airship. Thank you. If you actually read his text, he is just so... Oh, it's you again.
Yes, it is. I'm slowly getting things up. I've been doing the daily free company stuff when I can find some time to get carpentry up, and it's, because it got left behind because I didn't pull it up with one of the studio quests. And it's now up to 85. And then Alchemist and Culinarian are 87, and then everything else is at least 90. With Leatherworker being at 96 already. Not quite sure how I did that.
I don't know how you
What
did that
we do
either.
that got me 6 levels of leatherworking?
I don't know.
I know there was something. I do kind of remember going through that.
Maybe the leatherworking stuff?
No. None of my gatherings have gotten out of 90 yet. Mining and fishing are actually both close to leveling, but they haven't done it yet. Hey, Clink.
Hello, Clink!
We actually got through our weekly gearing at the walk on Wednesday in 2 runs.
Amazingly
So
enough.
it is being custom delivery night.
The crafting's
We've
got
just
to
done
get
the-
leveled.
Yeah, we've just done the first one, and we're headed for Adkra, which is the second one who has a bonus for me. And got an alchemy. It just got old alchemy and culinary to 87. Oh no, we're not.
No,
Especially
we are
in
not.
these classes.
Definitely not as crafters. So, what you got? Ah! How close are you to the cycle?
What is this?
That's one of the harder notes to get for the Bozja stuff.
Oh, right. They had the entire cast of character stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and you need to get all of that to get the sky cycle
Okay, well, very
mount.
good.
And you only have one left? Oh, very
Only one
nice.
left. Very good. I think we got down to what, about 3 or so?
Uh, we've got the collections. We can look. Field records. Yeah, I've got a few missing.
Yeah, I know
37 of
that.
50.
Okay.
So
38 of 50. I got a little luckier than you. But that's
by
still another
one.
12.
So yeah, getting all those to drop is actually a real trick. Yeah.
Yes, yes it is. Yeah. It's okay rate on the more normal ones. When you start getting into the hard to get ones, it is very stingy.
So here's a question, Clink. You might know since you're more on the other end of the non-casual side of FF14. Um, a while ago, someone posted a chart, and I'm trying to remember where it was from, that actually showed the amount of summoner mains before and after the summoner rework.
The one from last expansion cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you
Okay.
talking about seeing that chart at some point.
Yeah, and the number impression was incredibly drastic. There were very few summoner players pre
Okay.
expansion for
Pre
Shadowbringers.
Endwalker.
Oh yeah, Endwalker. And the number severely jumped post Endwalker.
Well, admittedly, it'd be more interesting to see the numbers pre-Endwalker and post-Dawn Trail.
Fair enough.
Skip the especially right after the release of Endwalker thing, because you'll have a bunch of people experimenting with it because it effectively is one of 3 new classes at that point.
Fair enough.
Because it was that drastic of a rework. So, it could be it was very low, shot up a whole bunch, and then went back down to very low. So I would tend to think not. So admittedly, we're not seeing a whole lot of summoners in, like, Juno. Certainly seen some.
We usually have 1 or 2 per raid.
Okay. I was thinking it might be averaging, like, 0.08. I am still happy with Red Mage because, short of a major rework, it'll always have the spatula.
Well, it's capable of multiple spatulas. Summoner can do spatula,
Yes.
but not to the same extent.
No, it can do a res. A res, or a fast res, does not count as the spatula. The spatula is the fact that you can go res, cast, res, cast, res,
Yeah.
cast. I'm out of mana.
Yeah, the big thing that limits you is mana. I have brewing sets.
Yep. The bonus should always be his top one, so yep, keep brewing set. Now we should double check, because I think he's early enough that you need multiples, and he is early enough that you can have the 2-part version.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the summoner spread is now. I think it's better than it was.
Yeah, you need 4 per.
Yeah.
So you'll want 24.
I hope they don't. What I would like to see is more of an improved heal, but that's probably never going to happen, so it is what it is. Let's see, which version do I need?
You probably just want the
Brewing vat materials.
brewing vat materials as opposed to the raw brewing vat.
And I need 4 each, so that's...
So 24.
24, okay.
6 times 2 times 2. No, because it's times 4, just double 6 twice. And I am not doing this out in the rain.
Fair enough. Well, they're talking about completely redoing the jobs for 8.0, because one of the things that a lot of people have complained about, and I actually do agree, but there's also a counterpoint to it, is the recent job homogenization.
Yeah,
which is most distinct in tanks.
Oh, yeah. The fact that all of the tank privileges are acting a little more like each other. They still all have their own mechanics for, this makes you invulnerable, this just means you can't go below 1, etc. But, they all have the same recast cycle and the same length of time they last. The fact that, like, the Pally one used to take longer on the recast, but lasted 2 extra seconds was something they've dropped.
Yeah, and I will be honest, I'm a little disappointed at the recent one with Gunbreaker, and that it only goes down 50% of your health instead of 99% of your health.
Oh dear.
And the reason why that bugs me is why just a lot of people just couldn't deal with it. It's like, it's not that bad if you know how to manage it. The thing is that it completely null and voids its name convention.
Right.
Because Super Bolide, the name, actually means something. And it actually tied into how the shield worked. It was amazing. It was like someone really thought of this, and then they just ignored it.
Yeah. And of course, there's like, which class was it that I was commenting on? Or saying I didn't like it and that was fine?
Monk.
Yeah, I guess it was Monk. Yeah, the new Monk when I got it up to 100.
Yeah, you were having fun with it. You were
just really been happy with Monk. I kind of like some of what they've done to Monk makes it easier and better for me, and I think that is a mistake because they did take some essential things out of Monk that made it its own thing. And yeah, I didn't enjoy that. I didn't like that. That's fine. They have how many jobs now and how many melee jobs? I don't have to like them all. All they need to do is give you a widespread, and I can pick, like one melee class and say, that's my favorite. The others can go hang, someone else can go play them. That's fine. They don't have to make them all easy for everyone to play. It's fine for some of them to be, only for certain types of people. That's why part of why you have different classes.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was more over mechanics in the game, but there is a bit of a problem with the homogenization and the fact that the classes need to have more character in and of themselves.
Yeah.
But then, of course, there's the fight of what character do you want?
And it's like the thing we were talking about, I think, on air, like last week, about physical ranged. where they really should have 3 different identities, and they aren't leaning into the bard and machinist identities. So dancer is kind of being the celebrated one at the moment.
Well, there's also the other problem that they're running into. And it's something that FF14 has been fighting for a little while now. And people have noticed this. Is that there's this insistence that every job have a couple new skills each expansion.
Yeah,
even though they were already perfectly balanced.
Yeah, well, that one, there's only so much you can do about, because, I went up 10 levels, I expect there to be something. Now, I have noticed they have been trying to skip around that some, because you do have more prevalence this expansion of the new stuff as you level up the last 10 levels, of being like improved versions of what you already had. You get a different icon, but it's still basically the same button, and it's mostly the same thing.
Now, some of the complaints with the Black Mages I can actually understand. One of the things is I used to love playing Black Mage, and right now it's just kind of meh. Part of it is that I'm not, for the amount of work I'm doing on Black Mage, I'm not feeling the power output for something that I see as a really big heavy hitter. It doesn't feel it in the numbers. I feel like I get more oomph out of Red Mage. Problem. Yeah, it's having the machinist problem. Where machinist and Black Mage feel like they're choking for the type of DPS niche they are supposed to be filling.
Yeah, like our discussion a week or two ago on, the 3 physical ranged, or saying, they really need to be leaning into different niches to them, and, say, okay, machinist has the best DPS of the 3. Now, it's still going to be low compared to other niches because it has the ranged attacks, it has the fact that you will never ever have to worry about interrupting by moving, i.e. you can cast on the move, no problem. But other than that, it should have really good DPS for you and you alone. Dancer should have good DPS, just not quite that good. But you also improve one other person's DPS. And then Bard should be the lowest of the 3, but noticeably improve the rest of the party, and Bard is kind of falling down on that at the moment.
Actually, thinking about it, what I think they should do with Bard, which they kind of started to and then skipped away from, and again, this is personal opinion.
Well, this is all personal opinion.
Is they should make that the hot and dot class. And really lean into the hots and dots. And when I mean hot in this case, I'm referring to things that buff and accentuate the party, not just heal over time.
Okay.
But really crank into that. They're not there so much to do DPS, short of keeping their dots up and letting the dots do the DPS and manage that, and then be there to make the party as a whole look good.
Okay, let me figure out where that button is supposed to be on these bars.
Did you turn in all of them?
No, I've turned in 4 and then I leveled and got a new button. And once I figure out where the button is actually supposed to be in my bar setup, I will go into Culinarian and start working it up.
Yeah, make it more dot-oriented, make it more song-oriented. I totally agree with that. and really
Yeah,
lean into
when
that.
I discovered the true song cycle that they basically put into um, Shadowbringers, that's when I actually really started enjoying Bard. I originally mained Bard simply because I tend to be a very archer-based person for my characters. And Bard was kind of okay, but I stuck with it. And then, yeah, I discovered the full song cycle and everything. Either 2 expansions ago or 3. I guess 2. And started really enjoying Bard.
Yep.
Okay.
It did suffer
Bringing in
pretty
number 5.
hard from the 50
Nope.
doldrums.
Yes, it did. But the problem is for me, the doldrums didn't end until, like 80. Because it wasn't matching what I was wanting. And
Oh,
what I
you
was
still need to
expecting
do
out
more
of an archer
turn-ins?
class. Yes,
Okay.
I still need to do the last 2.
Okay, I'm waiting on
I went to do my first turn-in as Culinarian, which would be number 5, and it immediately told me I had too many purple script.
Whoops! The other thing that this game does somewhat suffer from, and a lot of it's coming in from the high-end players, is the loss of character to strictly follow the meta.
Yeah.
And that's something a lot of the player base has imposed on the game.
And the high-end people always will if given half a chance.
Yep.
Maybe even a 1/10 of a chance. Okay, that's number 5. And selecting number 6 and turning it in. There's my scene shift.
And he's thanking me for contributions.
Owing to your unflagging effort, the hard place continues to do brisk business.
I got something
And while I
different.
appreciate, yeah, we usually do. Kaishir actually gave us both the same. And yet, while I appreciate your dedication to our cause, I would not deny your talents to others. As a Khan must give satisfaction to many women, so too should you apply yourself to the good of many. And so on.
And he basically was explaining how he was an adventurer to get enough money to start this place.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Piggy.
And let me extract a few things, and then I have a bunch of stuff to handle.
If it's hostile to new players, it's purely on the player base. And it's not. For an MMO, it is incredibly lenient.
Yeah.
But that should say something
It is.
about MMOs in general.
It is one of the problems that it actually has at the low level is, it goes so overboard on assuming you've never played, a video game before. It can be hard to get out of the initial parts.
Okay, what next? Well,
Hold on. You know you want them.
some of them. The others are probably going to get vendored.
Oh, come on. Think of all the overmelding.
I don't have
We'll
any
gulp down
space for them.
entire stacks.
I've gotten rid of all of them.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So they'll probably going to get auctioned.
Who knows? Okay. We have like 5 minutes. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Really, not much we can do except maybe spend traveling time going for tacos.
Well, actually, one other thing
Uh,
while we do that. Um, Yeah, put us in roulette for something.
if we want fast
We'll
roulette.
end out the evening with that. See if I can get Machinist 100.
Okay. Trials and normal raids, which are going to be a little low on the XP, or leveling, which is high on the XP.
I was kind of figuring leveling roulette. That should get me a half level, and that will level me. And we'll go a little late, but it's Friday.
Okay.
Though I do need to spend time on your system tomorrow morning.
Oh? What are you going to do to my poor computer?
Yeah. What?
What are you going to do to my poor computer?
I'm going to rescan a page from campaign 99 because I do not have a full image because the ad was extra large and went nearly to the edges of the page.
Whoops.
So it got cut off in my scan.
Yeah, a lot of people say the end game rating community is very nice for an MMO.
Yeah.
That it's been kind of neutral to negative in my experience, but everyone has their own. Also, I tend to be very easily pushed away simply because it's like, okay, you have given me negative feedback. I've got better things to do with my life. I will go do them. Bye!
And certainly we've seen worse in other MMOs.
Oh, we have seen far worse.
Not too many of them simply because most of them were before the modern Party Finder systems came in.
But, oh
But we
man.
still managed to have drama even without that.
Yeah. And in other games, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Other MMOs. Because believe it or not, this is not the only MMO we've played.
No. This is... We have actually played a lot of MMOs.
Well, a decent number.
It has been more than 2.
Yes. For ones we've seriously played... 1, 2, 3, 4... I think this is number 5?
I've played a few more than you have.
Yes, you have.
It says we're number 7 in queue, which is amazing for leveling roulette.
Yeah? Well, DPS, double DPS for leveling. Yes.
Yeah.
It's saying less than 5 minutes. We'll see. We're halfway through that. Or more than already.
Yeah, I found there's...
So, I'm gonna call it now.
Hmm?
Copper Bell.
I say we're gonna end up in Baby Titan.
Is that in leveling roulette?
Yes!
Oh dear. The other possibility would be RM Vale.
At least Arm Vale poses a challenge.
That'd be the wild card.
Depending on how the tank takes it.
Yes! I am hoping for something a lot higher leveled because, yeah... I want my reassembled to drill. And getting back to sounds really hostile to newcomers. Well, it isn't actually hostile at all to newcomers, really, because you don't see all of this when you're just getting in.
Yeah, you don't even
If you
see
get
it.
into kind of endish content and start worrying about, true rating or anything like that at all, then you will start to see it.
Yeah,
I don't even see most of this because, I don't do that truly high-end stuff.
yeah, you have.
Yeah, that would probably not go well.
Yeah, that would be a poor choice in life.
Yes.
And a good way to catch a dragon killer in the face.
Yes. Or in one of these engine pods.
Yeah. But there are some things that do trip players up, particularly if you're going from free-to-play to the main game. Because the free-to-play version, for the longest of time, would stop you at 30. Which is right where you would change between your job and your class.
Yeah.
And
that is something, the old job system is one of those things I miss. I wish they'd kept, and I understand entirely why they can't.
And in order to have your job, you need your job stone. However, if you stop and start right at the 30 mark without getting the job stone, you forget that it's there.
Yeah. Or you forget to update your item set to include it.
If you use item sets at all.
Also true.
Because they don't open the item set unless you have 2 classes.
Yeah. I suppose so, yes. And that's about the time that you start really getting into 2 classes.
And if you've spent any time away from the game and the character was put into effectively character storage, the job stone that you had equipped is removed and placed in your sack.
Oh dear.
So you log in, trying to figure out where you are, throw yourself into queue to try and get some combat going, and you don't have your job stone on.
Right.
The rest of the player base will immediately take offense to this.
Yeah, for no good reason.
Well, part of it is that it drops you, last time I checked, about 30% of your overall DPS by not having your job stone equipped.
Yeah, there are reasons to dislike it, but you don't have to take offense at it.
It also affects, of course, healing and defenses for tank. But it's like, it's not a world ender. I mean, it's not like you're popping into the hard content stuff.
No. Not at level 30.
I remember
pushing into 50 in the end of the game and you haven't figured it out. Someone really needs to sit you down and have a talk, but yeah. If we see someone at 30 who doesn't have their jump,
well, even at 50, it's not a big deal. It's only when you start.
But it's still by that point. Okay, someone needs to sit you down and have a talk.
And unfortunately, we have had a friend bounce out of the game because of all that.
Yeah.
As far as I could tell.
At least that was probably contributing.
Hake Manor. We get Hake Manor.
Well, it's not the most common of the low-level dungeons.
And I think our tank and healer are at level.
Well, we're helping them out. But my abilities are going to be sad.
Okay, the tank is... Okay, everyone is level synced, but that's pretty easy to do.
So
but their equipment...
Roller rampage. Okay, he has a level 100 class.
Okay.
Just isn't this one.
He's just basically,
Slumming.
yeah, he's leveling.
Yeah, he is actually in the 40s.
That's not
White
bad.
mage.
I mean, everyone has to slum it at some point.
Oh dear.
Mhm.
Our white mage has 2 jobs. They're both 38. So, noticeably over level for this place. Not by a whole lot, and yeah, they are still working their way up.
Oh god. I have 1 button for polls.
Our tank is 100 class that I noticed was Viper, by the way. Probably experimented with that as soon as he could.
Don't blame him, it's a fun class.
Oh, there you go. You got the key.
Yeah.
Tea time doesn't come in until 70.
Sorry, we're slumming it here.
And this would be a great place for some tea time. But this is a level where machinist DPS is pretty good. It's like the higher the level, the more machinist DPS falls off compared to everything else.
Yeah. Machinist, of all the classes, the one that feels like it's choking when it hits high level.
Yeah.
When it really shouldn't be. It should be just really explosive at that point.
All hypercharges at this point is some extra DPS. It doesn't open up the 2 weapon skills yet. Ah, yes, this part. I remember our initial attempts to 2-man this room.
It was painful.
Yes, it was! It was!
Oh god, I hate this low level rotation! Oh, why, mom boy, why?
the problem. The higher the initial level of the class, the worse it is at low level for rotation and such.
No,
Business.
how to best explain this since you can't see my monitor?
Uh-oh.
To get the rotation at this level for AoE, I'm having to flip my bar between attacks.
Oh,
Because
dear.
it goes single target, double target, single target, double target, single target, double target.
Sounds like a person.
It's like, why? Why did they do this to me?
It sounds kind of like early Wonk, too. Before all three sets fill in.
Yes. That is a very good analogy.
No, she didn't last long.
I'm happy that I've gotten a lot of my interface that I only have to switch bars from single target to double target on the fly in the middle of combat with Red Mage. And then it's only with its opener, not its its big burst phase, not its standard. And there we go.
First real encounter with Succubus.
Yep.
Okay.
But not our first real encounter with Void Scent.
No. That's right, they redid this.
Yeah. Look away from the center of the room. Add.
Subtracted.
Nice.
And there's my level and Mean Machine 8.
Congrats.
Now just leave black mage. Full metal shield.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
I got a comm. Who knew?
Okay. Well, I did not.
Well, with that, we're going to end it here and then travel on to Tuliolao. Thank you all very much for
Okay.
coming. I will shuffle you over to Caradwin for the evening. Ooh, he is cooking lasagna and cookies. Good stuff.
Lasagna cookies?
With that said,
Yeah, and
yep.
we'll see you tomorrow night.
Be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we will see you tomorrow for Deep Dungeon Fun.